Clock's ominous awakening. I've always thought of my grandmother's old clock as a relic of another time, its intricately carved wood brass hands frozen in eternal stillness. It had stopped at the precise moment she passed away, a detail that sent shivers down my spine whenever I thought about it. But last night, as I was scrolling through TikTok in the dim light of my apartment, I heard a sound that made my heart skip a beat. The clock, silent for years, was ticking again, each tick echoing like a countdown. At first, I thought it was my mind playing tricks on me, but the sound was unmistakably real. I remember my grandmother's whispered warnings about the clock, stories she shared in hushed tones as if the walls themselves were listening. She always said it held a secret, a connection to our family that was deeper than blood. With the clock ticking, those stories clawed their way back from the recesses of my mind, each one a more terrifying possibility than the last. I couldn't shake the feeling that the clock was counting down to something ominous that had been set in motion long before I was born. And as the hours passed, the ticking grew louder, resonating in my very bones. Desperate for answers, I called my mother, hoping she might have some insight into what was happening. Her voice trembled as she recounted a family legend I'd never heard before. According to the tale, the clock was crafted by an ancestor who dabbled in dark arts, a man obsessed with time and the veil between worlds. He created the clock as a conduit, a way to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. My mother warned me, if the clock ever started ticking again, it meant something was trying to break through, something that shouldn't be allowed to cross into our world. As the final minutes ticked away, I stood before the clock, feeling its pull like a gravitational force. Each tick was a drumbeat, a harbinger of what was to come. Suddenly, the hands spun wildly, landing on a time that sent chills coursing through me. 3:33, the witching hour. The room plunged into darkness, and a cold wind swept through, carrying with it the whispers of voices long silenced. I realized then that the clock wasn't counting down to an event, but to an arrival. And in that moment, I knew my grandmother's stories were more than mere tales. The clock was a door, and something had just stepped through.